this July 10th. I hope everyone had a great Independence Day weekend and a safe one. As you know, our fire department and firefighters were out responding to calls and patrolling during the 4th of July holiday. Here to give us an update is Battalion Chief Jose Ocades.
Thank you, Mayor Wu. So the 2025 fireworks season has come to a conclusion. Right now, I'd like to share some data from information that occurred during the fireworks season. We're still collecting information from data from the number of total injuries and also the types of calls that the Wichita Fire Department was dispatched. But before presenting those numbers, I'd like to recap this Fireworks City ordinance that started in 2023. So in 2023, City Council approved the aerial fireworks, allowing them to be shot but not sold within the city limits. In 2024, City Council permitted the sale within the city of Wichita and shooting of aerial fireworks July 3rd through the 5th. And this year, 2025, City Council maintained the same ordinance as 2024. So some information that I'm going to be able to share with you is that I'm going to go back to 2023 all the way to 2025 so we can have a comparison on those total number of incidents and calls, but also from this perspective of when aerial fireworks were first allowed. So total number of fires, structural fires that Wichita responded to was in 2023, we had a total of 11. 2024, we had a total of 1. And I'm excited to inform everyone, in 2025, we had 0 structural fires related to specifically fireworks. The 911 non-emergent line operated by Sedgwick County Emergency Communications. One thing that everybody would make sure that everybody understands is the fact that 911 non-emergent line is Sedgwick County wide. It's not just specifically for within the city of Wichita. So in 2023, 1,046 calls were received to the non-emergent line. In 2024, 1,160 calls, and out of those calls, 719 were specifically related to within the city of Wichita. This year, 2025, 1,188 calls were received to the 911 emergent line. 866 were related to city limits. And we even broke it down even further this year with some of the additional data that we were able to receive. 410 calls were during the periods of violating the city ordinance after hour shooting. And those were specifically during the times that we had enforcement teams with our partners, the Wichita Police and firefighters, patrolling during those specific time frames. Total number of citations written, in 2023, there was 5. 2024, a total of 34. During those 34 citations were written during the periods of June 27th through July 5th. And this year, 19 citations were written, and those enforcement periods were July 4th through July 6th. As we continue to review and seek improvements to managing our after-hour incidents, we will meet with our internal and external stakeholders before we collect all the data and present it to City Council. But again, as a positive highlight of the 2025 fireworks season, we had no structural fires. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Battalion Chief Ocades. And thank you to the Park and Recreation staff, as well as Cowtown staff and volunteers for putting on the Red, White, and Boom event, as well as the Celebrate America event over the weekend. As you know, homeless services is a priority for our community and one of the items residents expressed as high importance in our community survey. For the past several years, we have been working towards functional zero homelessness for our veteran community in Wichita. Today, I am pleased to invite Acting Associate Medical Center Director with the Robert J. Dole VA Medical Center, Misty Lester, to discuss the VA's accomplishments in serving homeless veterans and the collaborative efforts to address homelessness in the community and more.
Good morning. I'd like to thank Mayor Lily Wu for providing us the opportunity to come and update the community today. The words homeless and veteran should never be used in the same sentence together. You hear the sentiment around the country in various forms, but what's important to understand is that homelessness is a dynamic environment. In one day, we might house 3 veterans, while another 2 enter homelessness. The next day, we might house a veteran, and 2 more lose their home. That's why, in this community, our goal isn't to eliminate homelessness, but to achieve functional zero. Functional zero means homelessness among veterans is rare, brief, and non-reoccurring. In January of 2025, there were 44 veterans on our by name list. As of July of 2025, we have decreased this number by 45%, with 24 veterans remaining on the list. This is a clear sign that the system is moving in the right direction. So how exactly does the system work here in Wichita? Here's one example. A 77-year-old veteran came to Wichita after he had been evicted in another state. He was promised by his family and friends that when he got here, he'd have a place to live, but once he got here, those plans fell through. He found shelter at Second Light, which is formerly the MAC. During a routine VA outreach visit, he was enrolled with VA Care, admitted to our veterans shelter, and then issued a VASH voucher. And all of that happened within just 3 short weeks. He's about to sign a lease any day now. Right now, we have a call to action, and that is to house veterans who are ready to be matched with a housing situation. We are answering that call here in Wichita by planning a veteran housing surge event on July 24th. The idea is simple but bold. Bring all the pieces together in one day to work on housing as many veterans as we can right then and right there. No waiting for inspections, no delays with deposits, and no red tape. It's a chance to break through the usual barriers and just get it done. Housing on hand, on the spot. We encourage landlords across Wichita to consider prioritizing houses for homeless veterans, community organizations to partner with us to provide resources, and our city leaders and other partners to help us protect the progress that we've made and to build momentum. We ask you to join us for the housing surge at the Learning Library on July 24th. For more information, you can find that at the Dole VA website. I'd like to share just a little bit more information related to the Dole VA and the city of Wichita. Recently, Wichita was named the best city in the United States for veterans health care, according to Trajector Medical's 2025 ratings. That's pretty exciting. This recognition highlights the exceptional performance of the Dole VA in delivering timely, high-quality care across primary, specialty, and mental health services. Trajector's medical study analyzed over 1,800 data points across 132 VA hospitals, and Wichita earned a perfect score of 100. The results of this study reflect our low wait times, our high patient satisfaction, and superior care quality. These metrics position Dole VA as a national benchmark. Our proudest achievement from this report is ranking first nationwide in access to specialty care. Veterans at the Dole VA wait just 3.8 days on average to see a cardiologist, the shortest wait time in the country. We also rank second for access to routine specialty care at 95% and urgent specialty care at 90% when veterans need these services. For new patients seeking pulmonology services, our wait time is 13.8 days, and that's the third shortest in the nation. For mental health care, Wichita ranks 5th, with existing patients accessing integrated care in just 0.3 days, and new patients in 1.4 days, placing us among the top 10 nationally. These numbers reflect our unwavering commitment to ensuring that veterans receive specialized, compassionate care when they need it the most. Transitioning to our broader quality metrics, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, further validate our excellence. Dole VA has earned a 5-star overall hospital quality rating for the second consecutive year, placing us among the top 8.2% of over 4,650 hospitals surveyed. This rating reflects our success in treating conditions like heart attacks and pneumonia, maintaining low readmission rates, and ensuring safety of care. Our hospital-wide readmission rate of 12.9% is better than the national average of 14.6% based on 1,176 patients served. CMS also awarded us a 5-star patient survey rating measuring experiences like communicating with nurses and doctors, staff responsiveness, and hospital cleanliness. Notably, 83% of our patients reported that nurses always communicated well, surpassing the national average of 80%. Additionally, 83% gave us a 9 or 10 out of 10 stars for overall care, compared to a national average of 72%. And 79% would definitely recommend our hospital, exceeding the national average of 70%. These results highlight the trust and satisfaction our veterans feel with VA hospitals like ours, outperforming non-VA facilities. 58% of VA hospitals earned a 4 or 5-star quality rating compared to 40% of non-VA hospitals. Our internal VA metrics further underscore this excellence. When surveying veterans who use the Dole VA system, 94.5% say, "I trust Dole VA for my healthcare needs." The national VA trust score is 92.8%. This trust is earned through the dedication of our staff, those who have expertise and compassion who make these outcomes possible. I hope I've been able to provide you with some information this morning to help you understand what we do at the Dole VA to help take care of veterans and their families who use our services. The collaboration between our city, our community partners like the United Way, and the VA is a wonderful testament to working together to make our community a better place to live. And the recognition from the Trajector Medical and the CMS, those are not just numbers to us. It's about the veterans that we serve and the families who rely on us. I extend my deepest gratitude to our staff, our community partners, the Wichita community for making this possible. We remain committed to maintaining the trust of our veterans, and to our veterans, thank you for your service. We are honored to serve you and will continue to make Wichita the best place for veterans in America. Thank you.
Thank you again, Misty. Really appreciate getting an update from our partners at Dole VA. I want to say thank you to the medical professionals there as well as the staff at Dole VA for always making sure that our veterans in our community are taken care of and that we're always looking ahead on how to better serve them after they have served us as a country. So thank you again to everyone at Dole VA. As a reminder, if you'd like to help house a veteran, you can find more information at wichita.gov/homes. And this will help with Homes for Heroes to see ways that you can assist. So again, at wichita.gov. Another item that residents expressed as a top priority is streets. As a reminder, you can see all the ongoing street projects at wichita.gov/streets and even sign up for updates when new construction bulletins are posted. Now I have this special time during Mayor's briefing, and we haven't done one of these in a couple of months, so I'm really excited about this. As a former journalist in our community, I have loved sharing the good stories in our community. The people who work for the city of Wichita around 3,100 of these individuals. They come in and they work and they have a mission to make sure that this is the best city, that we can all live, work, and raise a family. And one of the stories I'd like to start telling more of is the good news of the city staff of the city of Wichita. Today, I'd like to recognize Raisha Claiborne, who works at the Edgemore Recreation Center. So I'm going to ask Raisha to come forward at this time, and you can bring your guests with you. Hi, Raisha. All right, so we have some really great recognitions that we'd like to start giving out, but this one is special for Raisha. Raisha has gone above and beyond in her role by founding and growing a basketball team for 2nd through 4th grade boys called the Uncrowned Kings. She devotes her time year-round to mentoring these young athletes, instilling in them the values of hard work, service, and faith. This summer, she's hosting 3 conditioning workouts a week for them, putting immense thought and effort into each session that she hosts. Beyond the court, Raisha has created a true sense of family among the players as well as their loved ones. From team bonding on the splash pad to community service projects to a weekend camping trip for everyone's entire family, she's worked tirelessly to build community ties and provides positive impact as well as lasting experiences for all involved. Raisha's selfless commitment and genuine care for Wichita's youth makes her an exceptional example of public service in action. Raisha, I would like to present to you a certificate of recognition for just being the wonderful person that you are and for all the community service that you provide for those of us in Wichita. So congratulations, and here's your certificate. And if you'd like to say a few words, please do.
First and foremost, I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude, giving all the glory to the Lord, for without him, none of this would be possible. His guidance and love have been my steadfast hope through every challenge and triumph. I extend my deepest thanks to my family and friends who support me and inspire me to become the best version of myself each day. Being chosen for this incredible award is a blessing. I am honored and humbled by this recognition. It's a privilege to be acknowledged in this way, and I am sincerely grateful to all who believe I am deserving of such an award. I started this basketball team with a vision that extended beyond the court. This team was created not only to teach the fundamentals of basketball, but to offer a structured environment where young people could find community and purpose. It was born out of a desire to provide guidance and support at a critical time in the children's lives. Through the team, I have been given the opportunity to share the teachings of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. My hope is that by imparting his message of love, hope, and redemption, the team members would feel inspired to live lives filled with faith and integrity. The court became a place where values such as teamwork, respect, and perseverance were not just taught but lived. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to my church community at the Bridge Church and my pastor, Pastor Brendan Reddick, where we exist to develop fully devoted followers of Christ in a multi-ethnic context. Your faith and fellowship have been instrumental in my journey, providing a nurturing environment where I've grown spiritually and personally. Your collective prayers and encouragement have been a bedrock of support. May God bless this beautiful city and its wonderful people. Together, let us continue to uplift and inspire one another. Thank you, and God bless you.
Again, thank you very much, Raisha, for your service to the city of Wichita and the community at large. We really appreciate that you're focusing your efforts on our youth, and you brought some of your guests with you. And congratulations, and welcome to the youth to City Hall for your very first time. I hope that you will get to walk around and see how you can become one of the council members. I think Councilmember Dalton Glasscock was here. And someday you could become mayor and do this briefing as well. So every week, we also would like to recognize the Wichita Police Department for the hard work that they provide for our community. Here to show an episode of Well Done Wednesday is Chris Gupalan from Wichita Police.
Thank you, Mayor Wu. Good morning, I'm Officer Chris Gupalan, the Public Information Officer for the Wichita Police Department. And this week's Well Done Wednesday highlights police recruit Melanie Taballo, who is in the final stages of our onboarding program and preparing to start the police academy next week. Before her academy training begins, Melanie has gained valuable hands-on experience by working with various divisions within the police department. This pre-academy program provides recruits with a deeper understanding of policing, from participating in ride-alongs with patrol officers to shadowing detectives on active investigations. Now, Police Recruit Officer Melanie, who is multilingual in French and Swahili, recently assisted in an ongoing investigation demonstrating her diverse skills and readiness for the challenges ahead in the police academy. Now, let's watch her encounter. During an active investigation, Wichita Police Department officers and detectives faced a critical challenge, a language barrier with the victim who spoke Swahili. Enter Melanie Taballo, a recruit officer currently assigned to the Domestic Violence Sex Crimes Investigations Unit. Born in Tanzania, raised in Algeria, and now a proud American citizen, Melanie brings invaluable linguistic skills to the team. Fluent in both French and Swahili. Through our early onboarding initiative, Melanie is gaining first-hand experience across various departments, preparing her for her upcoming journey at the Wichita Police Academy. Let's hear from Melanie Taballo herself.
So being part of the early onboarding process has really been crucial and very insightful to me, because I had a general idea of what it will be. I Googled, YouTubed, and watched videos, but being here physically and live and seeing everything has opened my mind, so it's been very helpful to me. What drew me to pursue a career in law enforcement is the fact that I am passionate with protecting and serving my community. Recently, I was called by Detective Sam to go and help translate. There was a domestic violence case that involved a woman that speaks Swahili. She couldn't communicate on what is going on with her or what has happened to her, and so the detectives needed my help. The victim felt very comfortable with me after hearing the language Swahili, me talking to her in Swahili. She was so sad when I entered, and when she saw me, she started smiling, and so this made me feel like it is very important to bridge the gap, because if someone like me doesn't exist in the department, it will be very hard to communicate, and then it will be very hard to help, or you will help, but it will take longer. And I'm sure the detectives there appreciate it, because they were like, "We're glad you're here." And I'm like, I'm glad I'm here too. What I'm looking forward to after starting the academy as a pre-hire is to graduate and become officially a member or part of the Wichita Police Department. So I can't wait.
Melanie Taballo, well done. Now, for more information on starting a career with the Wichita Police Department, we ask that you visit us at wpdjobs.com. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you to Melanie. There's always an opportunity for you to join the city of Wichita, whether the police department, the fire department, or any of the 16 departments in the city. We're always looking for great hires here at the city. Well, if you've been inside City Hall lately, you may have noticed a line of people that are getting their new municipal IDs. Earlier this year, the council passed a new ordinance to implement a new initiative called the City of Wichita ID. It's a free, low-barrier ID to enable residents to utilize city services and help support their full participation in our community, including employment. Here to tell us more is Tyler Schiffelbein from City Communications.
Thank you, Mayor. So as the mayor said, last week we launched the City of Wichita ID program, and it's an I-9 compliant card that's going to help residents facilitate employment opportunities as well as access other city services. So this is low barrier, so it's we're trying to make it as easy as possible. We have all the documentation listed on the website that you need to bring to be able to apply and receive one of these cards. And it's free for anybody that's 14 and older. And one thing to remember, this is not valid for state ID. So it cannot be used to vote, it cannot be used to register to vote, it cannot be used to purchase alcohol, cigarettes, anything like that. So we started off as a soft launch last week. We didn't promote it very widely. We wanted to make sure it was working and the process worked the way it should. And so we just emailed out some flyers to some of our homelessness providers in the area, Second Light, the United Way, the VA, and a few others, our homeless outreach team. And so far, between last Monday and I just got the numbers a few minutes ago, and that's taking out Friday, we were off for the 4th, we've had 175 applications and 110 cards have been printed so far. So I think this has exceeded all of our expectations. It's been a great thing, and we're excited to see where it goes. Anybody who's interested in getting one can come to City Hall. We now have 2 locations, the Municipal Court Service Desk on the 1st floor, as well as the housing desk that's kind of back on the northeast corner of the building as well. So if you want more information, go to wichita.gov/WichitaID. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Tyler has led that effort, and so we appreciate his guidance and leadership on that project. And again, you can get that free municipal ID right here at City Hall. Well, summer is underway, and that brings a great time to gather and have outdoor barbecues as well as get-togethers, especially with our neighbors. If you have not yet planned a time to get together with your neighbors for the annual Neighborhood Night Out, the deadline is Tuesday, July 22nd. Wichita's Neighborhood Night Out will be held on Tuesday, August 12th. A side note, this is different than the National Neighborhood Night Out because we have the primary elections on that Tuesday. Therefore, Wichita's Neighborhood Night Out is August 12th. This is an annual event that promotes neighborhood safety and combats crime by encouraging residents to get to know one another through neighborhood parties, picnics, cookouts, and other social gatherings over one designated evening. If you register your party, members of the Wichita Police Department and Wichita Fire Department, and even myself and some of the council members may be in attendance and come and say hi to your community members. So neighbors can request free barricades or apply for street closures to help plan their parties. Materials to help neighborhoods plan their events and register for these events will be available at wichita.gov/NNO. You can also call 268-4165 with questions. And again, it's wichita.gov/NNO for Neighborhood Night Out. And here for our Pet of the Week and weekly intake statistics is Emily Hurst, manager of the Wichita Animal Shelter.
If you want to, he's pretty strong though. There's some treats behind you if you want to grab them for him. Hi guys, this is, oh, well look at him. He wants to come too. This is Bronco. Oh yeah, microphone, sorry about that. And he came into the shelter just yesterday. So at Wichita Animal Services, of course, we pick up lost and stray animals, and this cute guy is lost from his family. So we're really hoping that bringing him on here today, his family's going to find him. He is an unneutered male. His animal number is A178232. He came in around the 9900 block of West 21st Street. He is in case his owners don't come back, of course, going to be available for adoption through one of our adoption partners. And he will be neutered at that time. He is, I have to tell you, super playful, super goofy. You know the kind. He flip-flops around. But he's also really well behaved. He is treat motivated. He knows several commands. He definitely seems to be potty trained. And I would guess around 1 to 3 years old. It's difficult to tell, but he has the heart of a puppy. He likes to play fetch, jump up and down. He's very good about not jumping on people, though, and he doesn't seem to know a stranger. He's high alert, seems to be easily trainable. Maybe a German Shepherd mix, it's hard to tell, of course, but he's also very cuddly. On the drive over, you couldn't hardly get him off your lap. It's a safety issue. So since last week, when we were here last Thursday, we have had 99 cats come in, 111 dogs. 35 dogs owners have come back for them, and 1 cat owner. And we have transferred 106 animals over for adoption. The shelter is completely full, as always in our summer months, so please come back for your animals, and if not, it is the time to adopt. Thanks for having us.
Emily, thank you for the pet of the week, and also a reminder that he probably has a family that is looking for him. I know that several community members are looking for their pets that may have gotten loose during the fireworks season. So again, please contact the Wichita Animal Shelter or look online if there are individuals that are missing their pets and help reconnect them to their four-legged friends. Again, if you want to help animals in need in our community, they have a wish list on wichita.gov/animal shelter. That includes towels, dog and cat toys, as well as dog treats, and these can be dropped off at the shelter. While we are thankful to the recent rains that have helped us recover from the drought, heavy downpour several weeks ago caused flooding for a number of residents here in Wichita. The U.S. Small Business Administration, or SBA, now has a way to help. To tell us more about how residents can apply for low-interest federal disaster loans to help recover from loss from these storms is Chandler Weber, SBA Public Information Officer.
Thank you, Mayor, and I'll try to keep this short and sweet, so if I go too long, you let me know. My name is Chandler Weber. I am a Public Information Officer with the U.S. Small Business Administration. My office is called the Office of Disaster Recovery and Resilience, and essentially what that means is we unfortunately go to the nicest places and the worst of times, so we travel from disaster to disaster. Part of our initial outreach efforts anytime we are deployed somewhere is to reach out to local officials, just because at the end of the day, SBA has a branding issue. People think small business, they think that's probably the only assistance that we can offer, but I can tell you that about 85 to 90% of our assistance goes to the individual anytime that we're deployed. So if I leave here with nothing else, please know that we do help individuals. So what that looks like for Sedgwick County is we actually just received a agency declaration I guess it would have been about a week ago now, that was for Butler County and all surrounding counties. So that includes Sedgwick County as well as 7 others. And in that, any eligible or any business that was affected by the either flooding, severe winds, rain, anything of that nature from June 3rd through the 7th. I know there was additional flooding and things that occurred outside of that window, but right now it's just from June 3rd through 7th, is eligible to apply with us. And starting on the homeowner side, what that is we offer low interest, long-term loans that go all the way out to 30 years terms. And for a homeowner, it can be as low as a 2.813% interest rate. And so the very first year, there's also an additional 1 year of no payments and no interest. So a lot of people will start with SBA while they wait on, say, insurance or grants, things of that nature to kick in. We can usually get you started in your rebuilding and process a lot faster. And then, figure out on the back end insurance, things like that. So for homeowners, it goes all the way up to $500,000 for physical damages to a property, with an additional $100,000 for personal property, and renters are eligible for that as well. Personal property can include anything from, your personal vehicle to the clothes in your back, couch, refrigerator, daily necessities, things like that. And then on the business side, we offer two different types of loans. We have up to $2 million for physical damages to a structure, and that can be the building itself as well as the inventory inside. That's as well as a 4% interest rate. And then we also have what are called economic injury or EIDL loans, which again can go up to $2 million, again, all the way out to 30-year terms, as well as a 4% interest rate. And those are working capital loans to cover anything from health insurance, payroll, accounts payable, all the things to keep a business afloat. Deadlines, though, to keep in mind, and we encourage everyone to apply with us at least, even if you don't want to use the loan, there's no obligation to take it if you're approved, but you at least need to apply with us by August 26th. So if you want to do it in person, the closest location here is going to be in the Register of Deeds office that's in the old Bank of America, or now Ruffins building downtown. They're open until the 17th. There's also a location that's in the Butler County Courthouse that's open until July 24th. So you can go at either location. We also can go to lending.sba.gov, where we have a 1-800 number. But I encourage everyone, if you can do it in person, please go in person. It's just easier. Outside of that, just remember August 26th, and then for economic injury, that deadline is going to be March 27th. Outside of that, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandler. Appreciate that helpful information. Again, to learn more about how the SBA can help you or your business from this disaster, please visit sba.gov/disaster. And just as a reminder, you can join us tomorrow at Pratt Wetlands Park tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. for an official ribbon cutting on Phase 3 of improvements to what has become one of our community's top destination parks. And I always like to end mayor's briefings with positive things that are going on in our community. I will just share that this weekend there's a really neat event at Nafsker Park called Art in the Park. It's this Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. to noon. And this is a great opportunity to visit Nafsker Park as well as listen to some music from Roy Moy III of STEM Music. And again, there's live music, art making, and all ages are welcome. So again, Art in the Park this Saturday, July 19th, 9 a.m. to noon, and it's free for the community. With that, I will take questions. I see none, so I hope you guys will all have a wonderful weekend and see you all at the next mayor's briefing.